AI, ML, Gen AI. You hear these terms everywhere, right? They're thrown around so much they almost start to sound the same. But what's the real difference? Well, today, we're going to cut through all the noise and give you the simple, clear breakdown you've been looking for.
So let's start with the big question you've probably been wondering. Are all these things, AI, machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, just fancy buzzwords for the same concept? The short answer? Nope, not at all. And by the end of this, you're going to know exactly why.
To really get our heads around this, we have to start with the biggest, the oldest, the granddaddy of them all, artificial intelligence. At its heart, AI is really this huge, ambitious idea. It's the whole field dedicated to creating machines that can do things that, normally need a human brain: thinking, reasoning, problem solving, you name it. A really great way to picture this is to think of AI as the entire universe. It's this massive, all-encompassing space that holds every single attempt to make a machine intelligent. And here's the cool part. You're already living in this AI universe. Seriously, it's the tech that lets a self-driving car see the traffic around it. It's how Netflix just knows what show you're going to want to binge watch next. It's even your little robot vacuum cleaner cleverly navigating around your coffee table. Okay, so if AI is the whole universe, let's zoom in a bit and talk about a huge and super important galaxy within it: machine learning. As you can see, machine learning fits right inside that big AI circle. It's not something totally separate. It's one of the most powerful ways we actually achieve AI. And this is where things get really interesting. See, with old school programming, you'd have to write a million if this then that rules. With machine learning, you just don't. Instead, you feed the machine a ton of data and let it figure out the patterns for itself. It learns from experience. This is exactly how your email's spam filter works. It sees millions of spammy emails and just learns what they look like. It's also how weather apps predict the rain. And, maybe someday it'll predict if your PR will get approved based on whether your boss has had their coffee yet. A dev can dream, right? All right, let's zoom in even further, because inside this world of machine learning, there's a technique that has totally changed the game. And that brings us to our next layer: deep learning. Think of it like a Russian nesting doll. It's a very specialized, very powerful type of machine learning. So what makes deep learning so, deep? It's all about using something called neural networks, which are actually inspired by the structure of the human brain. They have tons of layers, which allows them to find super complex patterns in messy data, like images, audio, and raw text. This is the magic behind your phone's Face ID unlocking just by seeing you. It's how voice assistants can understand not just your words, but your accent and your phrasing. And for all you developers out there, this is where absolute game changers like the transformer architecture came from, which of course led to our final topic. That's right, those breakthroughs in deep learning paved the way for the one thing that everybody, and I mean everybody, is talking about right now: generative AI. And here it is, our final innermost circle. Generative AI is this brand new, cutting-edge thing that's made possible because of how powerful deep learning has become. To really get generative AI, you gotta understand this one huge shift. For years, most AI was what we call discriminative. Its job was to make a decision, to classify something. It would answer, is this picture a cat or a dog? But generative AI, it's different. It doesn't just judge, it creates. It takes the prompt, generate a brand new picture of a cat, and does it. This incredible ability to create something new out of thin air is what's behind the large language models, or LLMs, from places like OpenAI and Google. These giant models, often called foundation models, are the engines that can generate text, images, code, you name it. Okay, we've gone from the entire universe all the way down to this tiny, powerful core. So let's pull back and put it all together with a super simple analogy that you won't forget. I'm serious. To make this all stick, all you have to do is think about a pizza. Okay, picture this. Artificial intelligence is the whole pizza, the entire thing. Machine learning is a big slice of that pizza. It's a major approach to making AI. And deep learning, that's a delicious, powerful bite of that slice. It's a type of machine learning. It's that easy. So here's your cheat sheet. AI is the big idea, a robot vacuum. ML is where it learns from data, a weather app. DL is where it uses brain-like networks for complex stuff. Instagram tagging your friends. The most important thing to remember is the hierarchy. All deep learning is machine learning, and all machine learning is AI. but it absolutely does not work the other way around.
So there you have it. No more confusion. You now have a super clear mental model for all these buzzwords. And that leads me to a question for you. Now that you know exactly what it is, what's the most mind-blowing, absolutely amazing generative AI application you've ever used? Drop it in the comments below. We really want to know.